He just seems to have to look at them.
It's a gaze attack.
Yeah.
Actually, no, that also doesn't make sense, because you can avoid gaze attacks by covering your eyes.
Oh.
Like if you're fighting a Medusa.
Okay.
Or a basilisk. I think basilisks have gaze attacks.
Of course they do! Why are you hesitant about the basilisk?
I don't know that much about basilisks in Dungeons and Dragons. I'm pretty sure they have gaze attacks, though. It's because it's different for, like a cockatrice doesn't have a gaze attack.
What?
A cockatrice has a bite attack.
I hate D&D.
That petrifies people. Anyway.
Welcome to Late to School, a D&D watchcast, where I dunk on this shitty game.
Legit, I would love to have a tabletop role-playing game-based podcast with you. We're gonna leave that in the episode, just to tease people if it ever does happen.
Okay. Hello and welcome to Late to School, a My Hero Academia watchcast. I'm Lorena.
And I'm Zach.
And don't really have anything to...
I thought I had something to talk about, and then I forgot it.
Yeah, so let's just get into it. The first episode this week, we're going to do two, like we usually do.
Yep.
Is episode 6, Raid, You Damn Nerd.
Which is still such a name.
First aired May 8th, 2016 in Japan, and June 16th, 2018 in English. Before we talk about how this episode starts, we should talk about something I think we kind of glossed over in the last episode, because it's important.
Oh, yeah?
As Izuku was getting ready to, throw the ball...
Yeah.
There was, a short little cutaway of... I think it was Ida being like, I wonder if he's going to use the full power of his quirk. And Bakugo being like, what are you fucking talking about? He doesn't have a quirk.
Right, that's true.
And Ida responding, what are you talking about? Did you not hear about what he did? Which is important for what's coming up.
Yes, true.
But yeah, this episode very much just starts with kind of a recap of what happened last time.
Yes, it is literally a recap. And we start off right where we left off. After Izuku has thrown the ball. Real fucking good. And everybody is very impressed. Aizawa is like, what the fuck again? This fucking kid. He does say this kid every time, but it's funnier to me. This fucking kid.
If he was... I mean, All Might was allowed to say shit.
Yeah, All Might was allowed to say shit.
I don't know why Aizawa can't say
Aizawa
fuck.
is a teacher.
That's true. He's saying it under his breath, though. I don't think anyone can hear him.
That's true. That is true. Everybody's very impressed. Ochako cheers Izuku on. Except for one other student. Who is not impressed.
No.
So much as he is... shocked and dismayed.
And that is one Katsuki Bakugo.
Yeah, who did not know he had a quirk.
Yeah.
And is very angry.
Yeah, Bakugo kind of gets it in his head. Hey, I didn't know Deku had a quirk. He must have been fucking lying to me this whole time. I'm gonna fucking blow his head off.
And he does... try to do that pretty much immediately and just runs directly towards Izuku with a fucking explosion punch ready and yells, fucking Deku! I forget what he actually says.
He calls him, Deku, you bastard!
And Izuku is afeared.
Yeah.
But he is saved by, ironically, Aizawa, who wraps up Bakugo in his weird scarf thing. Which frustrates Bakugo. And he's like, what why can't I get out of this damn scarf? And Aizawa is like, because it's made of fucking carbon fiber and a special alloy.
Wearing that all the time would suck.
Carbon fiber scarf wrapped around your neck and shoulders all day. And also then we get like we get Present Mike. Again, another zoom in and color splash with a name card for Aizawa.
Explaining what we have kind of already figured out.
Yes. Which is that his power is his codename Eraserhead. His powers erasure. And that he uses it by making eye contact, but the effect ends when he blinks.
Yeah. I think eye contact is inaccurate because he didn't.
Right, not eye contact as in
that is what they say.
Eye contact.
But he just seems to have to look at them.
It's a gaze attack.
Yeah.
Actually, no, that also doesn't make sense because you can avoid gaze attacks by covering your eyes.
Oh. Aizawa chastises Bakugo, not as harshly as he should, I think.
Yeah.
He's more annoyed that he had to, use his power again because it gives him, quote, serious dry eye.
So I guess he both grabbed him with the scarf and erased his powers.
Yeah, we see his eyes, glowing and then the glow fading away as he releases Bakugo.
I do like also that it's literally, at first, when I mentioned the eye drops last time, I thought it was just, it strains his eyes or something to use his power. But no, it's just he needs to keep them open and they get dry. I love the very, very practical confines there. And then they just sort of...
We get a montage of them doing the rest of the activities.
Yes, and Izuku having to struggle through the pain. Because his finger is broken.
Yeah,
And he does...
I've never broken a finger, but I
haven't
slammed one in a door.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
That
so
sucks.
I can't imagine how bad it would be to have just...
an actual fracture.
Yeah.
Actual Fracture would be a great band name, also. Or a great hero name.
Okay, yeah.
I've had my leg broken.
Yep.
I imagine just that, but on a smaller scale for the finger.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, and Aizawa is gonna show
the results.
Still mentioning that, or I think Izuku mentions in his internal monologue that whoever is the lowest is gonna get expelled.
And he's worried, the only one I did any good on was the baseball throw. I really hope that's enough to let me squeak by, because I definitely failed everything else.
And it turns out, Aizawa brings up the scores and the rankings, and it turns out that was not enough.
No, Izuku is at the bottom of the list. He's number 20.
He's number 20. So I guess there's 20 kids in this class.
Yeah, I think we see some of the other kids who are really high.
Yeah,
I can't...
I can't read.
Well, they subtitle it.
They do subtitle it, but I think it went by too fast for me to...
I think one of the ones that was pretty high was Bakugo, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
Also...
Probably Ida. I imagine Ida was not low. He's very fast. But yeah, Izuku is at the bottom, and then he is crushed. And Aizawa says, "But I was lying. None of you are actually going to get expelled."
And everyone is mad?
Yes.
Upset? Except for Big Ponytail Girl, who's like, "Oh, I figured it out. Sorry. I thought I should have told you all."
And everybody else is like, "Yeah, you should have." Aizawa explains that was just a rational deception to make sure you gave it all on the test.
I don't even know what that means.
A rational deception would also be a very cool band name, though.
Yeah.
And Izuku is relieved, and Aizawa sort of nonchalantly dismisses everybody.
When also, When Aizawa, like, reveals that it was all just fake, the face he makes is incredible. He's just the biggest troll.
It is very... He's such a smug asshole already that, like, his smarmy face is very good.
But he basically dismisses the class.
Yeah.
And leaves.
Yes. He starts to walk off, and we see All Might still behind a building, just sort of appreciating everything that's happened just now, and talking to himself. I can't remember what exactly he's talking to himself about, but Aizawa passes by.
Yeah, He's basically thinking about how good Izuku did, and, like, also, Aizawa's pretty harsh.
Yeah. And All Might, as Aizawa is passing by, confronts Aizawa. And Aizawa is like, "Hey, All Might, no fucking interviews today?" Because he's a piece of shit.
And All Might is like, hey buddy, I got your fucking number. You said you were lying to those kids? Nah, I know what happened. You fucking expelled a whole class of students before. You weren't lying. You have no problem just telling kids to hit the road. Which means young Midoriya must have really impressed you. You see what I see. And Aizawa is like, that's weird. That's weird that you have any investment in this kid. But then is like, listen, he just did fine. If he had no potential, I would have kicked him to the curb. You're right. And then they kind of part ways, basically.
Also, All Might does literally mention that he fucking read Aizawa's file.
Yes, yeah.
Which I just love that he just goes full on, "You magnificent bastard, I read your book!" And meanwhile, Izuku has gone to see Recovery Girl, the nurse, and she kisses his finger better. And he points out that he's really tired all of a sudden.
Recovery Girl explains her power.
Yes, which is that it speeds up his, like, it stimulates his natural healing response. It doesn't just, like, heal him by itself. So it does, like, actually tire out his body.
And then she gives him a little Pez from a Kamui Woods Pez dispenser.
She does. As she is explaining that if she had to use her power too much, it would use up all his stamina and he would die. Which, rightfully, worries Izuku a lot. Because he can't use his power without breaking himself.
Yeah. He sure can't. Which is also, like, that whole thing about her power is basically to make sure, like,
There's no limit.
Hey, no, if Izuku gets real hurt, that's still a problem.
Also true of any other, like, hero or student at the school. And it is specifically at the school because she's a little old lady now, and she's probably not doing much active superheroing.
Yeah,
and then we get a scene of Izuku walking between buildings. I think he's maybe going home, or
he's going home because he runs into Ida.
If there is is there a bus? Is there a bus to the school?
I mean, here's the thing. I'm not an expert on the Japanese school system. I know a little bit about how it really works, because, I don't know, I just look up stuff on Wikipedia sometimes.
I've never seen a school bus in an anime.
I've never seen a school bus in an anime, is the thing. If they exist, anime doesn't like to show them.
Okay.
But
you gotta run to school with toast in your mouth.
Right. Japan has such a, like, fucking powerful public transportation infrastructure that, like...
Yeah, because Flip Flappers didn't have a school bus, but it did have a train. And Izuku, as he's walking home, I guess, as he's leaving the building, meets back up with Ida, Tenya Ida, the leg guy.
The leg guy.
The legman. And Izuku is still afeared of him a little bit, but Ida sort of starts a conversation with him and, like, compliments him on his power usage and stuff, and is like very aware of, like, he's very conscious of, hey, that really fucked up your finger. I guess you can't, like, you have a lot of power, but you can't use it a lot right now. And they have a conversation, and, like, well, okay. Ida talks at Izuku a bunch, and Izuku just sort of internally monologues about how he's not actually scary. He's just really obsessed with school, which is very cute. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that Izuku and I have both turned around on Ida. And then Ochako, shows up, and
she mentions like, "Hey, are you two heading for the train? I'm going too."
And Ida is like, "Oh, hey, you're the Infinity Girl," which would make a very cool hero name.
Yes.
And I hope that's her hero name, but
I hate to burst your bubble.
Oh, damn it!
It's not. It would be good.
And she sort of tries to remember their names. She remembers Tenya Ida, and then she's like, "And you're Deku Midoriya, right?" And Izuku is like, "Deku?" And she's like, that's what Bakugo yelled at you."
And Izuku explains, "No, Deku's just a thing Kacchan calls me to bully me."
And Ochako is like, "Ooh, sorry." But
I think it would be a cool hero name. And also, it's pretty cute.
And Izuku is immediately like, "Deku it is!"
I should point out here, this is a line that has changed pretty majorly in the dub. In the original Japanese, the thing Uraraka says here is, she explains that Deku looks like the Japanese word for "you can do it."
Oh, okay.
Which I assume they changed for the dub because, like,
there's no way to translate that.
Yeah, basically. Which is fine. It's like, it's not a bad change or anything.
Yeah.
It's just worth noting because, you know.
I think it does give more context to that line. And also Ida is just like, "Wait, you just said." And then we see them walking to the train together, and Izuku just internally monologues about how, like, he's excited that he has friends.
Yeah, he has friends now.
He made friends at school.
He was so scared, but now he has friends.
Yeah. And then we get a montage of the next day, a sort of basic rundown of some of the classes that are offered by UA,
narrated by. I'm gonna call him Deku now that he has said he is okay with it.
Okay.
Because that's what I'm used to calling him.
And we, there's an English class.
Yeah, there's an English class.
Taught by Present Mike.
Yes.
Who I would not expect to be the English teacher,
no.
But okay.
He has to know English because, like, that's how you get to be a quirky DJ, is like you just pepper in some random English phrases.
Okay. And also, President Mike just presents a grammar problem to the class, and most of the students are like, "Oh, this is so boring." And Izuku, or Deku, now I'm gonna have to get used to calling him Deku. I'm the reverse of you. He internally is like, "The grammar is wrong on the fourth problem. It's the wrong subject on the fourth problem." So I guess Deku's just good at English too.
Yeah,
is what that scene is telling us. He's very smart. He's a smart boy. I forget what the other classes they even show. Like, I feel like they show other classes, but
I feel like they do, but I can't remember.
I can't remember any of them because they don't have Present Mike in the scene.
Yeah. You know, they probably have, like, all the basics, like math, history.
Deku does explain just, like, straight up. It's also just a regular high school. You do just learn regular shit.
But then it's lunchtime. And unlike most American schools, they can get pretty tasty food on the cheap, apparently, here. We see them getting served by the lunch hero or something.
Oh, right, the lunch hero, right.
I don't remember if that's his actual title, but it's something like that.
I think it is the lunch hero. I can't remember his name, but he's like, his head, he's an object head creature, right?
Basically, yeah.
And he has a chef's hat, but I can't remember what his head is actually shaped like. But
and he makes his stance clear on the rice versus bread debate. Which is that he prefers rice.
That's a debate?
Yes.
Okay. Is that a Japanese thing, or?
I think it's a Japanese thing, but due to the internet has crossed over.
Okay. Deku is very excited to meet the lunch hero.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's favorite. I mean, here's the thing. The lunch boxes make themselves.
Yeah.
Like, the merch makes itself.
Yeah,
basically.
exactly.
Also cookbooks.
Yeah.
But then, the most important class, Hero Basic Training.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we're going to spend most of the episode on, obviously, because it's a superhero show.
Yes.
And also it's a superhero school. And Hero Basic Training is being taught by All Might.
Yeah.
Who bursts into the 1A classroom wearing an outfit. He's wearing a costume we haven't actually...
Yeah.
Or I think we have seen it on, like, Deku's action figures.
Yes. Yeah. One of his action figures has this costume, definitely.
And
one of the kids is like, "Hey, that's All Might's Silver Age costume?" I think it's the Frog Girl.
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
Which is like, so far she has been the one who like knows some stuff about superheroes. Yeah, basically
the one besides Deku,
right?
Obviously.
And some of the other kids are like, "Wow, it looks so retro."
One of the kids literally says, "I'm getting goosebumps. It's so retro." Which, okay.
All Might takes his very awkward spot at the podium.
And explains that they're going to be doing a combat test. Not test, but a combat exercise, I guess.
Yeah. A mock battle, one might say.
A mock battle, one might say. Although, I think one of the students is like, a real battle! And no.
Not really.
Not really. And he says they're gonna go to one of the facilities and do a thing. Do the thing. But, first, they have to get dressed. Because, according to the specifications that they all submitted
and their quirks
that they submitted in before school started, they have been made costumes.
Yeah.
Which is
first of all, okay. Do not let teenagers design their own costumes.
No.
I'm begging you.
But yeah, a bunch of like little panels open up holding little just numbered boxes that contain everybody's costumes and everybody's fucking hype.
Yeah.
And I think we get a like a little montage as Deku is sort of explaining this to the audience. According to your quirks and also designs you submit, like we see little drawings. We see Ida's very very professional drawing by Ida of himself in like some armor and like specifications of like what his quirk is and stuff. And we see a much more amateurish drawing by Bakugo of his design for his costume that says something intimidating written on it. And we get a flashback here of Deku talking on the phone at his house with All Might because he is concerned about this process, because he is already registered with the school as having no quirk.
Yes. Well, I think it's like government registration. Like,
right, okay.
You are automatically registered with your quirk by the government.
Okay.
Or by the school board or whatever, something like that.
And he's talking to All Might like, can I change that? Is that cool? Like, and All Might is like, oh yeah, totally. Like they accept corrections on that because a lot of the time people don't fully understand their own quirks and they may think it's one thing, but it actually works a different way.
There's a cute little diagram of a woman who has like water squirting out of her finger, and at first it's like squirts out water from her body, and then it's like
nope,
and corrects itself, collects water from the air.
Which I really like because that would require a different costume design, right?
Yeah, probably.
And Deku is thinking about that, and All Might is continuing on about the costume and stuff. And then Deku's mom shows up, and Deku immediately, just in a panic, hangs up on All Might, and also is like, I hung up on All Might! Oh no! Oh no!
I'll apologize to him later. But his mom has brought him a gift.
Yeah.
And she holds out a, like, dark green jumpsuit.
Yeah. And Deku's like, wait, is that a costume?
And she explains that she saw Deku's drawings in his notebook.
Yes. And we see
like him passed out at the computer.
With his notebook open, and she sees his little a drawing that we have seen before because it's in the credits.
Mm-hmm. I think we also see a shot of it, like,
and in the show probably
when
in the first episode
when he drops his notebook at some point or something.
Yeah, and it's of a little drawing of him in a costume. It's it's got writing next to it saying "cool" like All Might, and his mom says that she felt really bad about something she said to Deku, and we flash back to her telling him that she wishes things could be different, which is literally the exact thing that Deku said she wished she hadn't said, and she wanted to make it up for him by giving him his first costume.
Yeah,
and that's what he wears.
Yeah. We see...
instead of having the school make him a costume, he has his own custom costume.
I'm sure the school, like, enhanced it or something.
Probably, yeah.
Because I don't know how his mom would have made the little mask he gets.
Yeah, that's true.
But we see the students emerging into the, like, testing area.
Yeah, but it's the same, like, building setup.
Yeah, yeah.
The, like, contained city escape. The simulated city.
And they're all in their costumes.
Yeah.
And All Might thinks they look very cool.
Yeah. We see Bakugo's costume, which we've seen in the opening before. Which is, he's got grenade hands.
I think we've technically seen everyone's costume in the opening.
Yeah, true. Because I realize now, the opening, all the characters in the opening, with some exceptions, seem to just be the people who are, the kids who are in the 1A class.
Yes, yeah.
And yeah, we see everybody's costumes. And they're mostly pretty good. With some exceptions.
Some very bad exceptions.
But All Might does say they look very cool. He's very supportive.
He is.
I love how supportive All Might is.
There is a bad scene where Deku runs into Uraraka.
Well, first, we should describe Deku's costume.
Oh, yeah, we should, yes.
Because he comes out sort of last.
Yeah.
And he literally says, I don't have the fanciest costume, but it means something to me, because it was made by my mom. His
costume is like a green jumpsuit with like a hood that is also a mask, a cowl, if you will.
A cowl, yes. A cowl that gives him like sort of bunny ears. And he's got a little mask thing that's like, it's like a graded mask. It's a very I'm
not sure what it looks like a gas mask, but like
kind of.
It also has a smile on it.
Yeah, it's got a smile on it. But it's got great. It's definitely got great. Like it's got a mesh.
Sure. Okay. Then yeah, he comes out. All Might sees him. Sort of notices the similarities between the bunny ears and his hair.
And
the smile and his smile. And is like, oh my god, you're so fucking obvious about this, kid. And then there's a like. Not awful, but it feels so pointless. Scene where Deku runs into Uraraka, and she's like, hey, got my costume. Should have been more specific. It's a little too tight. And it is a little too tight. It's a little too tight. Artists. She's 15. Deku likes it, though. And then
he's 15, so he's allowed.
He's allowed to.
They should get to give feedback on the costumes. I feel like.
Also, we get our first gross thing from the Great Boy.
Yeah, which I wasn't even going to comment on.
Yeah,
just breeze right past him.
I feel like it's a momentous occasion. It's the first time we see the Great Boy be gross.
Momentous is a word to use. That's definitely an adjective. And All Might explains the rules. Of this. Oh, also Ida's costume. I feel like we should point out Ida's costume because he's a major character here too. Ida has like a cool set of like armor with a helmet and everything. That he at some point he like says something and Deku's like, oh shit, that's Ida. I didn't even fucking realize.
Uh-huh.
Because his helmet just fully covers his face. And he's got, like, exhaust ports, like, that form sort of like almost a wing shape coming off of his back.
We should also explain Bakugo's, which is just like
a
tank top and some pants with big grenade gauntlets on his hands.
Grenade-shaped gauntlets.
And he has like an explosion effect on his
mask
face.
Thing.
Yeah.
I think it is a mask. Or it's face paint. Well, I think some of it's face paint.
He's wearing like a domino mask, I think, that's like sort of jagged. Okay. And then he has like a weird burst in his hair.
Yes. It's a good look.
It is a good look.
It's like a very iconic.
Bakugo's iconic cap.
It's Bakugo's iconic cap. All Might goes through the rules.
Yes.
In another video game-esque sort of illustration. You again, very pixely, so you can tell the artists, the people making this show have not played a video game in a little while.
Probably not.
But the class will be broken up into 12 teams, 12 teams of 2, and half of them will be villains, and the other half will play heroes.
Yeah.
Which seems weird for the first thing in a superhero school, but alright.
Alright.
There's always, that's like obligatory in every superhero school type narrative, right? Like someone has to play the bad guys. Because that's also a thing in Sky High.
Yeah.
And specifically he also goes over the entrance exam mock battle was, that was outdoors. But sure, most of the villain fights you see on the news are outside, but you need to be able to fight indoors.
Yeah.
Because you might need to go into an underground lair, or beat villains in a home invasion, things of that nature. So he explains that the villains have to guard a simulated nuclear weapon that will quote-unquote deploy after a certain amount of time. And the hero team has to stop them. They have to enter the building, find wherever they're keeping the nuke, and capture the villains or retrieve the nuke.
Yeah.
And the villains will win if they capture both of the other heroes, or
if time runs out.
Basically.
And the nuke deploys.
Weird.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
And the teams are drawn from lots.
Which Ida objects to, and then Deku is like, no, it makes sense. Like, you might have to team up with, like, someone from a different agency. You never know.
Yeah.
And then Ida's like, I withdraw my objection, sir.
Oh, right. There's a great... Yeah, he says... Because he does say that objection to All Might.
Yes.
And he's like, excuse my rudeness. And All Might is like, no sweat! Also, I should point out, Deku notices that All Might is using a script to explain this to the students.
Which, I think we've seen multiple instances of All Might just holding a very tiny book in his hands at this point. I think he had one when he was at the podium in the classroom, too.
Oh, I didn't notice. But yeah, All Might draws the lots and forms the teams. Deku and Ochako are on the same team.
And also Ida and Bakugo.
Yes.
Which are, like...
which they are not happy about.
We'll see some of the other teams later, but we don't have to go over all of them
now. There's so many teams. There's 12 fucking teams.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, wait.
Hang on, if there's 20 students...
24 students.
There would have to be at least 24 students, right?
No. Are you sure he said 12 teams? Is the wiki lying to you?
Maybe the wiki is lying to me. It has to be 10 teams.
It has to be 10 teams.
Because there was only 20 students.
I'm pretty sure.
In Aizawa's exam, because Deku was on the bottom and he was the 20th.
Yeah. Anyway. Fucking My Hero Academia wiki. Yeah. Get your facts straight.
And then All Might draws two again, just a lot of different lots in this scenario.
Mm-hmm.
He draws 2 balls from some little bingo boxes. And one of them has an A, and one of them has a D. And Team A is Deku and Ochako, and Team D is Bakugo and Ida. And Bakugo and Ida are, of course, the villain side. How bold of a move, though, would it be if they decided, for the first mock test, the main character is on the fake villain side?
Yeah, Like, it sure is convenient that, 1, it's Deku versus Bakugo, and 2, Deku is the hero and Bakugo is the villain.
Yes. But, it's also just...
it's fine.
It's symbolism.
Yeah.
And there's a great little bit where Bakugo, glares down Deku, and Deku is scared. But then he sort of, clenches his fist and steels himself, and then stares back at Bakugo, and Bakugo is surprised at this. And it's very good. Oh, also, that the not all the teams are going at once, obviously. No. That wasn't clear. Only these 2 teams are doing this at this time. And all the other teams are going to be in, one of those watch rooms, and watch on the screens, along with All Might. And we see Team D, Ida and Bakugo. The D stands for Dick. Although again, Ida's getting better. He's fine. They head inside and they're in their chamber in the fake building with the nuke in it. And Ida bangs on the nuke and he's like, yeah, that's fake. Which, yeah, I should hope.
Well, he says fake, of course.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah.
It's just a funny observation to make, I feel like.
Yes.
I do like he just bangs on it and it just echoes, because it's just a hollow metal shell that's just shaped like a missile. And Bakugo and Ida sort of have a conversation about Deku's quirk. And I think Bakugo asked Ida if he really does have a quirk. And Ida's like, were you not there? You were there.
You saw it.
You saw it. And I think we get Bakugo's internal monologue about him just hating Izuku so much. And that monologue ends with him saying, I'm gonna roast this damn nerd today. So there's some of our title.
Yep.
And then we see...
we see a little scene with Deku and Uraraka before the match starts.
Ochako is... I should start calling her Uraraka, because this is the point at which they just all start going by last name basis. Uraraka is sort of talking strategy.
We don't know her well enough to call her by her first name.
That's fair. We've only known her for 3 episodes. That's not true. 4 episodes? I don't fucking... Whatever. She's sort of trying to talk strategy. And Deku is like, we gotta be fucking careful of Bakugo, for sure. Because he is incredibly powerful. And mean. And an asshole. And strong. And they get to talking about how Deku knows him, and he explains that he's known Bakugo since they were kids. And he was an asshole. And he explains that he's kind of feels like Bakugo has been holding him back and stuff for a while, and he's ready to fucking prove him wrong. And
there's a cute little bit where Uraraka is like, so it's a fated battle between rivals. All right. And Deku is like, not that I'm trying to get you wrapped up in my fight or anything. Which I really like that that response to that. And Uraraka is like, what? No, fucking hell yeah. We're a team. Let's fuck him up. And then the time starts. And they head into the building. And it's all just blank metal halls, basically. The occasional... I don't even think there is the occasional window. Fucking...
Yeah,
A
it's
fucking monster is about to pop
yep,
out
mhm.
and try to steal everyone's energy.
This is a hell of a Dark Kingdom base. And they are sort of scanning the hallways, running down the hallways, looking for the room with the weapon in it. And they are attacked very suddenly by Bakugo.
Who just kind of fucking bursts around a corner.
Literally, because,
Yeah,
it's his power. And luckily, Deku sort of throws Uraraka to the side, or, well, more sort of just tackles her out of the way, because he sort of sees that coming. Somehow they didn't get, Bakugo didn't get the drop on them.
Yeah.
And Bakugo just sort of punches a wall. But it does rip up Deku's mask.
Yes.
So
his mask is now just completely, half gone.
Half gone, yeah.
We've seen it for like 2 scenes, and now it's already torn up. They were like, God, we can't not draw his face.
Very, reminds me of fucking Marvel movies, where they almost always refuse to just fucking keep a character's face inside the helmet, if they have a helmet. Because gotta see the actor face. And Bakugo sort of taunts Deku. And I think at this point says he won't beat him up so much to stop the test. Just enough.
Just close enough.
Just close enough. And then he sort of reels back to punch Deku. And I think at this point Deku has already been internally monologuing, like, I can't use my power. I can't, like...
Yeah.
For one thing, it will hurt me. For another thing, I could kill somebody. Because I can't fucking control it. I punched a very big robot down. Can't do that in here.
No. But Bakugo is about to explosion punch him. And Deku just fucking faints.
Yes.
And
like... He grabs Bakugo's arm by the gauntlet and, like, fucking suplexes him.
Basically, yeah. It's pretty cool.
It's not a suplex, it's a judo throw, I think.
I think that's right.
And everybody watching over the screens is like, wait, what the fuck?
Hey, whoa, hold on. That kid's cool.
And Bakugo is like, wait, what the fuck? He dodged it? And... yeah, he just fucking swings Bakugo, just cracks his back against the floor. And very tiredly already, Deku is like, he explains to Bakugo, you always start every fight with a big right hook. I know, because I've watched you for years. I analyzed every amazing hero, even you. Which is such a good fucking line. I didn't write down the rest of his very cool speech here, but it's very cool. And
yeah, he basically just makes it clear that he's not going to lose to Bakugo.
And also affirms that he's not going to be made fun of by Bakugo anymore. Because Deku is now his hero name.
Yeah.
He has reclaimed the name Deku.
From now on, Deku is the name of a hero, is what he says. And I think that's the end of the episode.
It almost is.
Okay, sorry.
Because Bakugo adds, he says that Deku always looks so scared of him, but he keeps fighting back anyway, and that's why he hates Deku. And he basically yells that last part, that's why I hate you! And then the episode ends.
The next episode is episode 7. Deku versus Kacchan.
Yeah, very, very straightforward name.
Which first aired May 15th, 2016 in Japan, and June 23rd, 2018 in English. I remembered something. When all the students are, like, emerging in their costumes in the last episode, a song is playing. With, like, rap vocals that we have heard before. We heard it when Deku was training to, like, get his body ready for One for All. That song, I tried my best to find any information on it. No one wants to help me. It's called Hero A.
No one... I'm so sorry.
I want to know who the vocalist is on that song, but the internet won't tell me.
Oh.
It's called Hero A, though, is the song.
Okay.
It's very good.
So yeah, this episode starts. I mean, there is sort of a recap of what just happened.
Yeah.
But then there's a flashback to Deku and Kacchan babies.
Yeah.
We see them in baby mode, which we have seen before.
Yeah.
In like the first shot of the first episode, I'm pretty sure.
My Hero Academia at the start of this episode. Hold on. I'm shifting into baby mode.
And Kacchan is leading a group of children, along with Deku. One of which is like a chubby kid who has little wings.
Yeah.
Which I really like.
I think we saw him with, like, in the very first flashback in the first episode.
Oh, yeah, he's probably one of the, like, bully kids. And there's a fence. There's, like, a broken fence, probably around, like, the school or something that they're going to. Or
you know...
Park?
There are just always broken fences that you can climb over.
There's a forest behind it, and in that forest is probably a pipe with a weird girl inside. And Deku is scared of this spooky forest. But Kacchan is like, let's go beat up some bad guys. I don't know how many bad guys there's going to be in the forest, but, you know, I like to find them. The motivation. And Deku is filled with determination by this, along with the other kids who all go marching off into the forest. And Deku is talking about, over this, Deku, future Deku, present Deku, one of the Dekus, is talking about how he always sort of looked up to Kacchan until he got his quirk. Because as soon as his quirk manifested, he started being a real asshole. And then we see that flashback from the first episode of Deku defending a kid from being bullied by Bakugo. And Deku sort of ends this monologue with the line.
Right.
The line, yeah. Here's the sad truth. All men are not created equal. When I was 4 years old, I learned that some kids have more power than others. Which I get, again, is like a very, like, that's basically just stating what we figured that line meant already.
I think he literally said all of that in the first episode.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Also, when you were 4, though?
Yeah.
Do you remember shit from when you were 4?
Do you not?
I don't remember shit from when I was, like, 6.
Deku's got a good memory. It's all that note-taking.
It's all that note-taking he did as a 4-year-old.
Well...
and then we flash back. Well, we unflash back. We flash forward. It's now.
It's now, then.
It's now o'clock. And Bakugo says the thing he said last time. So, we don't really have to repeat it. And he's about to beat up Deku, and he is interrupted by Ida over, like, the radio. They have little radio earpieces in. And he's asking for a status update. And Bakugo is just like, just fucking defend the weapon. And then just turns off his communicator. And we cut to Ida, and he's like, what, Bakugo, hello? He hung up on me! And then we cut to the watching room, where the students are like, wait, who the fuck is Bakugo talking to? And All Might explains, oh, they have little radios.
Yeah.
He points at his own ear, and he has his own in there.
The students can't hear any audio over, like, the monitors.
And they also mention, hey, it seems like they have, like, the villain team has a really substantial advantage in this scenario, huh? And All Might very, very, very well, I think, explains it from a perspective of, like, you're going to have to deal with very big odds when being a superhero. In a way that is a lot more, like, understandable and well taught than Aizawa's fucking life isn't fair bullshit.
Yeah.
It feels a lot more like, coming from All Might, it feels a lot more, oh yeah, this is like a good simulation of reality. And from Aizawa, it was just like, life isn't fair, so I'm going to replicate unfair systems to you, children.
Mm-hmm. Aizawa's definitely the type of teacher who's like, the bell doesn't dismiss you, I do.
Extremely, yes. All Might is the type of teacher where he keeps talking after the bell and the kids stay. And then we see Bakugo sort of go back on the offensive and try to kick Deku, but his foot is caught in the capture tape. Which I guess, I don't think we set that up, but they have capture tape.
I think they set that up until now.
I think it's like right before when All Might is talking about the radio. He also mentions that they're also all equipped with capture tape, so it's just tape.
It's just tape.
And if you it's just like a little roll of tape, and if you wrap up someone in it, they're considered captured for the purposes of the match.
Yeah.
And Deku has used the capture tape to wrap up Bakugo's leg. Not like he's not pinned by the tape, but he's just using it to his advantage. And we see like a flashback of Deku watching Aizawa use his scarf to wrap up Bakugo.
And then Deku like sort of realizes, okay, so I got his leg. If I know Bakugo, the next thing he's gonna do is, and then he just like dodges out of the way as Bakugo immediately turns around to try and kill him.
He makes a point of him. He's like, okay, Bakugo's probably gonna get impatient and go for a punch, and then he immediately tries to punch him, and Deku sort of like directs Uraraka to just go search for the weapon while he's dealing with Bakugo, and Deku, having dodged that last punch from Bakugo, just sort of fucking runs.
Yeah,
And Bakugo angrily chases him through the hallways. And Bakugo is basically just chasing Deku through various hallways. And Deku is just trying to get some distance from him. And while this is happening, Bakugo just sort of flashes back more to his life with Deku. And we see them as babies again. We see them on a playground, and they're just like, they're hanging out together.
Yeah.
And Bakugo shows off that he can read to the other students. And he's holding up Deku's bucket. He's got a little bucket with his name written on it. And he says, hey, if you read the last part of Izuku's name here, you can read it as Deku. And the other kids are like, wow, you can read that? Cool. And Bakugo is like, I guess a Deku is a loser. It's another name for a fucking dweebus. And Deku is like, why are you like this? And we see later, still in the flashback though, Deku sort of being made fun of by everyone because he doesn't have a quirk.
Yeah.
He's quirkless. And Bakugo is like, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we do also see Bakugo get his quirk.
We see, and he gets his quirk, and the fucking preschool monitors are like, oh, that's gonna be great for being a hero.
Yeah. We just see him making very tiny explosions in his tiny hands. Which is very cute.
Yeah.
But
then he's like fucking extremely happy that Deku is weaker than him.
And he's just like, yeah, I'm the best. I'm invincible.
We do hear like his fucking internal monologue
as a baby,
and it's literally like, I'm the best ever.
I am superior. And meanwhile, we see Uraraka trying to find the thing, and she finds it. She finds the hidden weapon chamber. And she sees Ida. She's like hiding behind there's a bunch of pillars in this room, and she's hiding behind one of them and watching Ida, who is just talking to himself, and he's like, I don't like being a villain. I don't like. Why do we have to play the villain? But I have to.
He also mentions something.
School.
He mentions about, like, he wants to be a hero so he can live up to the Ida family name.
Yes, right. And he has to do well, even on this, to live up to the family name.
Yeah. So.
And he says, so, to become a hero, I must embrace villainy. And he... Do you want to describe how he, what...
He just, like...
He gets into character.
He starts laughing evilly. He shifts his voice up like an octave.
He's like, I will become Tenya Ida, the world's greatest villain!
Which Uraraka hears and is immediately like... like,
it's really funny.
Cannot stop herself from laughing, which gives away her position. And Ida is like, I see you there, Uraraka!
And he monologues at her and says that I know what your quirk is. I know how your quirk works. You lift stuff. You touch stuff to lift them up and then use them as weapons. So I have removed all of the furniture in this room. And there is no furniture in this room.
Nope. Which I can't tell, because there wasn't when he arrived with Bakugo. So is that just more acting? Is that just him playing the villain? Like, well, I need to come up with an in-universe explanation for why this room is empty.
This is... Which is very... Oh, Tenya Ida would be a fantastic GM. And also, just, I love the idea of him just taking credit for that. Because he's like, well, I'm a villain now. I need an evil scheme. This was my evil scheme all along. Or we just see Uraraka just trying not to laugh as he's doing this. And we cut back to Deku, who is still running from Bakugo and just running through various hallways. And he does contact Uraraka and is like, hey, how's it going on your end? And she's like, I found the weapon room with Ida in it. Right now he's monologuing. She literally says that. And she says that the room is on the 5th floor, which is apparently right above where Deku is right now. And Deku just sort of internally strategizes. And is like, okay, so Bakugo was really far from the room at first, so he must have gone rogue and just left Ida to take care of the bomb. So I can't fight him.
I can't go to Uraraka because he'll follow me.
And Uraraka can't team up with me against Bakugo.
Because we'll just run out of time.
Yes. So I need to keep distracting Bakugo while Uraraka deals with Ida, and hopefully I can join in at the last minute to team up on him. And then, unfortunately though, Bakugo has caught up to Deku.
Yep.
Bakugo is like, hey, why won't you fucking use your quirk? Why don't you fucking use your quirk on me? And assumes that Deku is underestimating him and thinking that he doesn't need to beat him. And Bakugo has a very good villain speech where he's just like a villain power reveal speech, which is the best kind of villain speech, IMHO. Which is him talking about, okay, so if you've been analyzing my power, you know how it works. I sweat nitroglycerin, and then I can use that.
Specifically, he sweats it from his hands.
Yes, from his hands. Not just everywhere, because that would be very inconvenient, probably. And I use that to make explosions. I blow it up. Well, this costume, these gauntlets, were built to store some of my nitroglycerin sweat from my hands over time. And when enough of it builds up, I can make a massive explosion. And we see him. There is literally a pin. There's a pin and now a barrel on the side of his grenade gauntlet. And he aims the barrel at Deku and starts to pull the pin, and the grenade launcher arm starts fucking charging up an explosion. And we cut back to All Might in the watching room, and he's like,
hey, hold on.
Hang on. He literally calls Bakugo on the communicator.
Yes.
And is like, no.
Yeah,
no.
If you do that, I'm ending the match.
Yeah, you will kill him.
You will kill him, and Bakugo just shoots back. I won't kill him if he dodges.
And he does the big attack.
And
I think, we do see the results of that. Or no, we don't. We cut.
Yeah.
We cut back to Uraraka and Ida, and Uraraka is sort of trying to get around Ida.
And then the building shakes.
Yes.
From Bakugo's explosion.
And then we cut back.
Well, no.
No?
No, Uraraka.
Oh, right, she tries to,
Uraraka uses the building shaking, which distracts Ida.
Right.
To try and grab the bomb. But before she can get her hands on it, Ida grabs it and just sprints away.
Yes. We also learned that she can fly. She can
float herself now.
Yes.
And I'm not sure if that's a thing she can just do, or if that's something from her suit.
Yeah, she mentioned. I think she offhand mentions it takes a lot out of her.
Okay.
But we don't really see that. She doesn't vomit or anything.
Right. And then we cut back.
Yes. And there's a giant hole in the wall. And just a Bakugo really fucked shit up. Deku's real fucked up also. It didn't hit him dead on.
No.
So that's good. But his suit's all ripped up. He's missing a glove. It's not good.
No.
And Bakugo starts to charge up his other gauntlet. But All Might comes in over the radio and is like, no.
Hey, hold on.
If you use that again, I am ending the match.
And you will lose. And All Might explains, even though you're a villain, you're still defending your lair?
Yes, I love that. Yes, he explains it in terms of not even in terms of don't kill other students, but you're supposed to be defending this lair, and you just blew a hole in it.
Which is fucking stupid. And you'll lose a bunch of points, and that'll make you lose if you do it again.
And Bakugo is upset, but it's okay, fucking fine. And he has to resort back to hand-to-hand. And Deku stands to face him, and prepares for a punch. But Bakugo has learned, and he also faints. Faints? Faint?
Like a
It
faint.
sounds so much like faint.
Yeah.
Which is not the opposite, but it's not a thing you want to do in battle.
No.
He faints with an explosion that also causes a smoke screen and maneuvers him in midair so he can flip over Deku and shoot him in the back with his other hand.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's a pretty cool maneuver. He's a fuckboy, but he's got some good moves.
I don't think fuckboy is appropriate for a 15-year-old.
Okay.
I don't think so.
He's an asshole.
Yes.
That's what that means.
Yeah, it has more context than just that.
Okay. And then Bakugo grabs Deku's arm and slams him against the floor.
Finally, a grand slam.
I should also point out that when the fucking big explosion goes off, Deku is he's basically what the fuck? Is this allowed? What the fuck? Is that allowed? And technically it isn't.
No.
But back in the watch room, the other students are all watching Bakugo beat the shit out of Deku.
Yeah.
And they're like, they're admiring his moves. And one, my new fucking favorite character, who I have never even noticed him on the opening, but I assume he must be in it because he's a member of this class. He's some blonde kid, not the smarmy French one.
Oh, okay.
And also not the one with like the red eye, the one who's like partially covered in ice or whatever.
I wouldn't call him blonde, but okay, sure.
Oh, is he not blonde? Maybe it was the
His
light.
His hair is white.
Okay.
It's half white, half red.
It's some other blonde boy.
Yes.
And he
I know the one you're talking about.
Okay. Because he says a fantastic line, which is, ugh, Bakugo is uber talented. I hate that guy.
Yeah,
That is my favorite character.
Okay.
And All Might is watching this and is upset that his ward is getting the shit kicked out of him.
He's basically like, he's agonizing over, like, I should stop this match right now. This is too much, but it's a fated fight between rivals. I must allow it for Midoriya's sake.
He does literally say, I must allow it for his sake. Which I really like. Because Deku would be fucking pissed if All Might showed him favoritism and stopped the match on his behalf.
Well, I don't... See, here's the thing. I think All Might letting the match continue is showing him favoritism. Because if it was any other pair of students, he would stop it.
Okay.
But he knows that this is important to Deku.
Okay. And Bakugo, again, just demands that Deku use his quirk. I think, is this where we flash back?
At some point during this fight, we get a flashback. I don't remember exactly where.
Yeah. It's a very important flashback.
Yeah. We see Bakugo leading his troops. What is he? He sings a little song.
I can't remember what the little song is, which is a shame, because I usually write down a little song when there's a little song.
It's like something like, hey, here we go.
Oh, it's the Bakugo Hero Agency, or something.
It's it's Hero Agency Bakugo.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like crossing a really unsafe looking log bridge. Over a creek. And Bakugo slips.
Yes, he in a very funny animation where his foot is just not where the log is, and his character model, just unchanging, just falls down into the river.
And all of his goons are like, Bakugo, you okay down there, bud? And he gets up out of the river and is like, yeah, I'm good.
It's only waist deep. It's more of a creek than a river. It's waist deep for a 5-year-old.
Right.
So.
Which would mean it would hurt more, but he's still fine.
That's true.
I mean,
he's a bouncy baby boy.
Falling even into a river is not, safe.
No.
Like media would like you to believe.
Yes. Something hard as concrete if you get far up high enough.
But he's like, yeah, I'm good. And then he turns and he sees that Deku has climbed down to the creek bank and is holding out a hand. And he's like, hey, I'm gonna help you out, Kacchan. And this pisses Bakugo the fuck off. He gets very mad.
Because he thinks that Deku thinks he's weak. And needs his help. And then we also get a quick flashback right after that to Deku saying, I wasn't going to let you die, as he's trying to save Bakugo from the slime man.
Yeah. Which, is ties in with, Bakugo thinking that Deku is holding back on him and not using his quirk.
Yep. And he's basically monologuing some of this to Deku. And Deku is not having this shit because he's just like, yeah, I know you're better. You're better than me. I know that. That's why I want to beat you.
Oh, we did gloss. There was a little bit earlier. It's
Uh-huh.
not super important, but I like it. When Deku was hiding from Bakugo, he like flashed back to moments where he was like, "I'm not gonna compete with you or anything, Bakugo. It's fine. Don't worry."
Oh, right.
And then he sort of says to himself internally, "Kacchan, I take back everything I said." Which materializes here with him saying, "I'm gonna beat you."
And they are both filled with rage. They both rage on, you damn nerds. And they charge each other for a close-up fight. And Deku internally monologues like, I can't beat him in a close-up fight.
We see his hand starting to glow with
One for all.
One for all.
Because he knows it's the only way to beat him.
And we get
an extended but very cool.
We get the shonen thing of them like getting ready to attack, and it like flashes between their faces, and they're screaming, and you know.
It's cool.
It is like, cool. Yeah,
I like it.
But then
at the very last second,
Deku explains to us, and also, you know, psychically to Bakugo. He can't use One for All on Bakugo. But he can use it on the building. And he punches up.
Yes. He Detroit smashes, for the record. He does yell Detroit
He
smash.
yells it internally, I think, because, again...
I think he yells it out loud, but...
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong. He didn't, because no one knows that he's...
Right.
You know.
If he yells it out loud, then I guess Bakugo just doesn't notice.
Yeah, or he's just being a fanboy, you know? And he punches upward at the very last second. Bakugo does straight up punch Deku directly, but Deku punches upward and cracks the ceiling of the building.
Yeah, like...
shatters the building.
Every floor, up to the roof. And I think before he gets punched, he yells at Araka to take her chance.
Yes. And we see... in the room with the weapon with Araka and Ida, we see the room just fucking break, and some of the room is just flying upward now, like the floor is just moving upward from the force of the punch, and the pillars have all shattered, and Araka
grabs a pillar
yes.
with her like floaty power, and like uses it like a fucking baseball bat.
Yes, to propel rubble
towards Ida.
Which distracts him long enough for her to leap over him and grab hold of the missile.
It's very cool.
It's extremely cool, and then the match ends. The time runs out, and All Might declares a victory for Team A. And Bakugo is like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And see...
He starts like, he's not having a panic attack really, but he's
very upset.
That was your plan all along, wasn't it? You were lying to me the whole time. You were you tricked me.
And we also see Deku on the floor.
His broken arm.
One arm broken and one arm severely burnt by Bakugo's explosion. And so Deku has basically sacrificed himself to win the match. And that's kind of the end of the episode.
Basically, yeah.
It's basically, like, I don't think there's any, like,
does Deku
final
not, like,
line.
He doesn't say anything to Bakugo at this?
He probably does that I didn't write down, like a fucking dumbass, but
yeah, that's basically it. Next time
on,
we're gonna see some more people do this.
Yeah. Bakugo's start line is the name of the episode. And we hear All Might talking about, you gotta do more training. Gotta learn, you kids are cool, but you gotta learn more shit. And also, he also says, and I quote, young Bakugo's gonna get all teary-eyed on us.
Great.
Which I'm looking forward to watching that punk-ass cry.
So yeah, these two episodes.
Yeah. They're really good.
This is like the first, I think, major fight with Deku as like having powers.
As Deku rather than Izuku. And yes, having powers, yeah.
He punched the robot, but that's not like, you know.
Mm-hmm. This is like a real fight. Mm-hmm. And I do love these, like, I do actually, I like how prolonged stuff is. Yeah. If that makes sense. Because, like, how do I explain this? Okay, realistically, in like a real fight, fights are fast. Yeah. Like, people get tired fast, and people, if you get hit once, most people are out. But weirdly, I feel like this reflects that more than a lot of fights in fiction. Okay. Because like it takes a long time, but very little is actually happening. Yeah, if you were able to like sort of zoom out and watch the fight happen without any of the internal monologues or flashbacks or anything, it would be like very fast. Yes. And also like that at the start of the match, they have 15 minutes, and then this whole thing takes 2 24-minute episodes. And it does actually, it's not like a video game, is the thing. It's like a tabletop RPG. Yeah. It's like a turn-based tabletop RPG. Or most other tabletop RPGs, that involve combat, at least. Because, like, combat in those games is usually pretty slowed down and, like, especially in something like D&D, is focused on, like, individual sword movements. Right. Which, weirdly, this makes me want to play games like that more. Really? Even though I don't usually like that. Because if you fucking describe it like this, hell yeah. If you are, like, putting as much focus into describing, like, individual elements of the fight, like, how you actually hit someone with your sword, or with your explosion punches, like, that's cool. Yeah. And so, yeah, this is a very, this does feel very, what my impression of shonen has been from, pop culture osmosis. I don't think this show ever does the, like, oh, I need six episodes to charge my fucking spirit bomb, or whatever the fuck the thing in Dragon Ball is. But it definitely is that. Yeah. And I like it. It's engaging. They make it, I think the thing is the stakes are, like, I already care about these characters, so, like, and also the flashing back to, like, how if you incorporate that mechanic into a D&D type game, like, just flashing back to see why this fight is important, hell yeah, I'll play the shit out of that game. I am absolutely certain there is a game like that for you out there. Yeah, for sure. You could probably play something like Blades in the Dark that way. The monologues do a lot for these fights, I think. Yes. Like, having a character just lay out everything about who they are and why this person matters to them and why this fight is important. While fucking music swells in the background. The music is very important, I think. Yes, absolutely. It's good. And they make the fights fun to watch and everything. Like, there's a lot going on with the fights that are very good to watch. And also, Ida getting into character is very fun. With some of the other students had, like, little bits in the observation room with All Might, but, like... Yeah. It's not much. We get some characterization for, like, there's a red hair boy with spiky horns. Yeah, he does talk a lot, but he just is doing very basic sort of exposition questions and stuff. There is a lot from him that's like, that's not very manly. There is, that's true. And of course your new favorite character, Blonde Boy, who I have never seen before. He hasn't gotten much focus. That's a shame. I like how he hates Bakugo like I hate Bakugo. And yeah, there's the invisible one. I know there's one that's just gloves. I forgot about her. I forgot, yeah. And her teammate also has, like, a very distinctive look. Is her teammate the tail boy? He might be. Okay. There's also the bird boy.
There's a yeah.
The animal quirks are so weird to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because we didn't... Where's that frog DNA coming from? Because we didn't evolve from those.
It's, pinky toe.
Pinky toe.
I mean, we also didn't evolve from anything that sweats nitroglycerin.
That's true. Or from cars to have engine legs.
It's magic,
Yeah.
It's just kind of...
I
don't even know. I don't know if they ever explain that. If they ever explain, like, what caused quirks to happen?
Yeah, I mean, I assume it's just the usual sort of X-Man bullshit of, like, the next step in human evolution.
Well, yeah, but, like, it in the backstory that we have been given, it happened it happened, like...
Very suddenly.
Very suddenly.
Mm-hmm.
It happened one day.
With the glowing baby.
There was a glowing baby in China. So I don't know. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure. I'm sure someone who's read the manga would be able to tell me exactly what happened, but I haven't, so...
I mean, you know what it probably is. It's radiation. That's what it tends to be,
Yeah.
Just radiation.
Radiation made you grow engines in your legs.
Radiation made you grow engines in your legs. I don't know how much more there is to talk about these two episodes, because not much actually happens, but we get a lot more expansion on stuff we kind of already know. Mm-hmm. I guess we know more about Bakugo.
Yeah.
Like the latter episode and the next episode feel very Bakugo-focused.
Bakugo's, like, weird, I don't know how to describe it. He's, like, self-conscious, almost.
Yeah, here's the thing. I think Bakugo ties in really well with how I've been talking about the themes of the show, actually. Because Bakugo is the epitome of, like, the gifted kid.
Yeah.
Like, he just is confident all the time. And is good at everything. And he has a power. He has superpowers. But now we see him at the end of his gifted kid period.
Yes. He is what I thought gifted kids were when I was in high school.
Yes.
He is just a huge asshole who needs to be better than everyone and is just instantly crushed if someone is even, like, maybe better than him.
And that is manifesting in a very hateful and aggressive way.
Yeah.
But, like, it is an understandable position that a lot of people do actually go through if they've been, like... there's a self-consciousness that comes from, like, if you've been told you're good, like, you're really smart for your whole life, and then you start getting bad grades, that can be crushing.
Yeah. I feel like in my experience, though, most gifted kids who, like, have that happen to them tend to, like, get depressed. They don't want to kill... They don't want to murder the kids who might be better than them.
Yes. That, like I said, like, he's going about it the wrong way. But the motivations are a thing that actual people do go through.
Not to imply that getting depressed about it is the right way.
Right, yes. But the real thing is we shouldn't expect so much out of kids from a young age and put a bunch of expectations on them. And so they don't have anything to, feel self-conscious about failing to achieve. Because, like, here's the other thing. Like, Bakugo is fucking ruining himself.
Yeah.
He's being a fucking moron because he's doing extremely well.
Yeah.
Like, he did really well on the test.
Yeah.
He's, like, a good student. We see him doing, like, really smart maneuvers in the battle that the other students point out, like, hey, that was actually pretty clever. He's not just really powerful, he is really smart.
If he was not so focused on trying to be superior, and he was just, like, focused on, okay, I can do this, I can be good at this, and, like, pass, and, like, excel, even, he would be good. He'd be good. He'd be good.
He'd be fine.
Much better off than he is.
If he would accept the B rather than trying to go for the A+.
Or, like, even accept that, like, hey, I got an A, but like some other kid got an A+.
Uh-huh.
That's fine.
And it's the kid I hate, so now I have to kill him. Yeah, it's like it's also very he's used to getting his way. He's been a bully for fucking ages.
He had like a bunch of kids who thought he was cool and followed him around, and
so he just does whatever he fucking wants, and he's not used to not getting his way, and now he's not getting his way, so he's lashing out. So yeah, he's a piece of shit still. I fucking hate this kid. Like, don't get it twisted.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's garbage, but there's definitely the opportunity for him to improve.
Well, even if he doesn't improve, like his presence in the narrative is important.
He's good. Yes, absolutely, for sure. Like he's a well-written character, and he is like thematically, like Deku needs him as a foil.
He's not a sad boy that I want to fix.
Yes.
He's a shitty boy that I would be fine seeing get kicked to the curb and thrown in the garbage. But also it could be interesting if he, gets better.
Right, yeah. I would like to see him get curb stomped a few times on the way there, though.
Yeah.
And All Might is a good teacher.
Yeah.
Aizawa was a fucking shitty teacher, but All Might's a good teacher.
Yeah, Aizawa in these first episodes is so weird to me, but
Does he get, like, weird, sudden character development later?
Not really. I wouldn't describe it as character development. It's just, like, he's fine.
Okay.
We'll get to it.
He stops being so rational.
We can talk about it when we see more Aizawa.
I'll be on the lookout for if there's a really sudden shift.
But
yeah, Uraraka's cute also. She's great.
Yeah.
I love her. I love the frog girl. I love the slug girl also. The pink girl.
Yeah.
With the, like, is it horns?
I don't know.
I've heard people call her a slug girl. But slugs don't have horns.
Her power is slug adjacent.
Okay. I can't imagine what that means. I can't think of many powers that slugs have. I mean, okay, here's the thing. I can think of clings to walls, climb up walls. The only other power I can think of that slugs have are love darts, and I hope she doesn't have those. I'm hoping that's not a thing in this show about 15-year-olds.
I mean, we've already seen her outfit, which is bad.
It's not the best, no.
Just, please.
It's between... Slug Girl's outfit is between Uraraka and Ponytail Girl's outfit in terms of being bad outfits.
I just want manga artists to realize, if you want to have a story about a school, but also you want to sexualize the female characters, which maybe calm down a little on that still,
yes.
But if you want to, eat just a little bit, college. Just make it a hero college. Make them 18. Please, I'm begging you. It's like, you're still growing up in college. It can still be a coming-of-age story.
Yeah.
People can still be awkward, not have their whole lives together yet. I mean,
That can be true until you're fucking, like, 40.
That can be true for your whole fucking life.
Yeah, I think it is for most people, in all honesty.
But, like, come on. And here's the opposite. If you absolutely need to set your school in your class, you absolutely need to set your story in a high school, don't sexualize the girls.
Yeah.
Please.
Just don't do it.
You calm down.
I hope Ponytail Girl in universe, this is just from the Doylist. Nope, not Doylist. Watsonian. From the Watsonian perspective, I hope Ponytail Girl did choose that outfit.
I think she did.
I hope she chose that.
There's a justification for it. There's a fucking she breathes through her skin ass justification for why her outfit is like that.
I can't wait to regret my words and deeds.
It's also much like Quiet. You could give her a much better outfit and it would
that
still
would actually
work.
make more sense, maybe.
Yeah.
The thing that welcome to our Metal Gear Solid Hideo Kojima dunk cast. the thing that always fucking gets me about Quiet is that her fucking leggings make no sense for the, like, surely you would want to bare the whole leg, which would still be sexualized, but
is somehow less sexualized than
like the ripped leggings, and also makes more sense for the thing you said.
And also, like, her bad bikini that's just, like, tied in the front and the back. Like, if
I didn't know that.
It could have been a sports bra.
It's in 2 pieces.
Basically, yeah.
Oh.
It could have just been a sports bra.
It could have just been a sports bra.
Like, a sports bra and some short shorts is, like, still sexualized, but it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. You can just do that. Anyway.
We'll see more of all the other students later. We'll see more of them in the very next episode.
Okay,
At least some of them.
Cool.
If that's all, there's nothing else we want to talk about. I don't think so. Thanks for listening. As always, you can find me at Lorena27 on Twitter.
And you can find me at FryLordZerek on Twitter.
And you can find the show at late_school.
And thank you to Soichi Sakagami for the use of their song True.
Go Beyond!
Plus Ultra! Nope, I got all of that wrong, I just realized.
Oh, did you?
Got that whole flashback wrong.
Damn it. It's fine.
Delete all of that.
Cut. Cut.
Cut? Why are you saying cut?
Like you say cut when you're gonna cut something. Like in a movie or a TV show?
I guess, yeah, that's true. You do say that.
It's a little joke. A little joke I was doing.
Just a little one.
Just a little one.
Just a small joke.
That's good fucking stinger material.